Hi guys, right, what I'm at today now is I'm cleaning the rear diff on the sidecar project on the Goldwing. It's pretty manky. There's a lot of crap built in here over the years, or built up in here over the years. So the job now at the moment is get all that cleared out, make sure that this section here moves nice and freely. It's actually moving, so it's fine. It's quite tight as well, which is good. Get all that cleaned out and get it painted and get it ready for going back on the bike. Next job I have to do is I pull this cover off. This is the clutch housing on the engine. Now the problem with this is when this is on the bike, it's an absolute bloody nightmare to get to, because everything on the back of the bike has to come off. So while it's out of the frame and on the bench, that's going to be pulled. I'll check the clutch, make sure the clutch is good. That's that bit done, or to be done. The other option here is on the front, on the other side. Again, it's the water pump, so I'm going to check that as well, make sure that's good. Right, diff is all sorted, properly cleaned, ready to go. On this score, brake cleaner and a toothbrush. They're your best bet for this lot. It gets it good and clean, runs it off, make sure there's plenty of rags underneath it to soak up all the crap that will come off it. I've also cleaned the drive shaft end, so that's all cleaned. All the old manky grease that was in there is now all gone, so I put fresh grease in that. When the time comes to get it ready to go. Okay, I'll leave that for now. The spacer has also been taken out, cleaned, also all sorted. As you can see, there's a seal in there now. You can actually see the seal now where you couldn't see it before. On the back end, the cap for the oil was rounded off with a vice grips. So I squared that off so you can actually grab it with a spanner now. So I've taken that off now, and there'll be new oil going there when everything is done. So now it's ready for paint. So we'll get that sorted. Another job done. Right, I decided I'm going to get the clutch sorted because of the location of the clutch. It's an absolute pain to get in if it's on the bike. My first issue was all the bolts. I had 2 original bolts here. The rest that's an ordinary 10mm full threaded bolt. They're Nylox. And this piece, the bolt on the top up here, was so bloody long I couldn't get a socket on it. So I ended up having to cut the bolt with the hacksaw just so to get a socket on it. But that's not where the fun begins. The fun begins inside here. Now, that's supposed to be a castle type nut, castellated nut, which requires a special tool. The only tool that ever came near this was the person who actually fitted the clutch. That was hacked with a chisel. So now I'm going to try and get that out and go in, order a brand new one and get that sorted, because I can't leave that the way it is. Right, where I'm at now is, if you can see it there, 1 second now, I'll try and focus in a bit. Just there, there's a broken bolt. It's actually broken just inside the engine cover. So what I need to do now is I need to drill that out and get the remainder of it out. Other than that, the clutch is in very good shape. All the plates are all good on it, so I'm quite happy. What wasn't good was this. This thing was absolutely mangled. So, in case you ever thought rubbish was no good and old engines were no good, I pulled this engine that's been sitting here for donkey's years, and the clutch was near brand new inside it. So I was able to get all the parts that I needed out of that engine to repair the clutch on this one. So I'm happy out with that. Right, I'm digging down into the depths of the engine, unfortunately, because on further inspection of this hole, when I took the whole cover off, they've actually eaten away a piece of the casing. The bolt has been hardened, so there's nothing I've got, drill bits or anything that will actually even make a dent on it. So rather than spend a huge amount of time wasting time on this thing, I've had an old engine thrown out the front. I think you saw it on another video. As you can see, the cover is pretty manky, but the engine cover, the cover itself is perfect. It's perfectly solid. So I'm going to strip this thing out. I'm going to strip it out, give it a shot in the ultrasonic cleaner, get it all ready, and I'll put that on the engine instead. And that will get me out of trouble and get all my problems solved. Hopefully. So there you go. A lot more work than what I anticipated. But sure, look, that's custom bike building for you. Hey guys, right, just to let you know, you don't need a big expensive polishing setup to polish up some metal. All I'm using, and all I've ever used, is I have an old Black & Decker drill here. It's about 30 years old. I've got a couple of ordinary polishing mops which you can pick up anywhere. I use the brown stuff for the really dirty metals and the blue stuff for the finishing it off. I'll give you a quick rundown now on the actual what I do. So 1 second now, lads, pair of gloves. They'll save your hands getting burnt because the metal gets really hot, and put a pair of glasses on because it flings a little bit of polish here and there. So, that's how you do it. Nice and slowly. Take your time. And be prepared to get dirty. Like you can see now, that's what it's like after the polishing. And it's, as you can see there, it's actually, you can see the difference when I roll it over to the polished bit onto the non-polished bit. So that's basically it. Give it a quick run on a rough mop. Get all the thing done first. Take all the crap off it. Beware, like you're going to get black at the end of this because this stuff is a filthy job. Use your rough mop first. Give it a good old going over the rough mop. Then come back over and run a fine mop over to finish it. And then if you want to have a brushed finish on it, just literally brush it in a circular motion all the way around with some Scotch-Brite and it'll make a lovely job of it. Okay, guys? There she goes. That's the lamp all done. It came up beautifully. Now it's spent and battered and whatever you. The glass is broken, but I have a new piece of glass coming on the way for it. But that's going to look absolutely fantastic on the bike. It's got a few dents. Not too bothered about this because that's actually going to be the hole where it's going to be mounted on it. So that would be no problem. There will be the headlight wire will be coming through the back here. So I've got to fill that hole, find a home for it, or find something to put in there. And there's two here, which I'm assuming back in the day was probably a light switch. Don't know what that was, but I'll be filling both of these as well. I'll have to come up with a plan. I'll put a piece of copper or something in there just to make them look nice. So I'm absolutely delighted with this. This turned out really, really well for something that was covered in paint and I didn't even know it was brass. So guys, that's it for now. Okay, I'll talk to you later. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.